played in the movie. Okay, Dan, what do you want to do?
I'm Urban there.
No, we're going to sit here.
Just read the line.
Okay, that's all I'll do. You do solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give us in this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name, rating, and present station.
Junius Hannaford Urban, signalman, 3rd class, USN of the USS Caine, sir.
If you recognize the accused, state as whom?
Sir?
Do you recognize the accused?
Sir?
Do you recognize the officer at that table?
Which one? There are two.
Name the one you recognize.
That's the exec.
What's his name?
It's Mr. Maryk.
What is he exec of?
The Caine.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Urban, on December 18th, 1944, were you serving aboard the Caine in your present capacity?
Is that the day it happened?
The day what happened?
I don't know.
That was the day of the typhoon.
Sure, I was aboard.
Were you in the pilot house when Mr. Maryk relieved Captain Queeg?
Yes, sir.
Who else was in the wheelhouse at that time?
Well, there was the exec and the captain.
Yes.
And, the helmsman.
And his name?
Stillwell.
Who else?
The OOD.
His name.
Mr. Keith.
What were you doing in the wheelhouse?
I had the watch.
Urban, describe in your own words how Lieutenant Maryk relieved the captain.
He said, I relieve you, sir.
And what was happening at that time?
Well, the ship was rolling real bad.
Urban, describe everything that happened in the 10 minutes before Captain Queeg was relieved.
Well, like I said, the ship was rolling real bad.
That's all? Did the exec say anything? Did the captain say anything? Did the OOD say anything? Did the ship just roll in silence for 10 minutes?
Oh, there's a typhoon. Sir?
Urban, you're under oath.
Well, I think the captain wanted to go north, and the exec wanted to go south, or the other way around, or something like that.
Why did the captain want to go south?
I don't know.
Or why did the exec want to go north?
Sir, I'm a signalman.
Did the captain act crazy?
No, sir.
Well, did the exec seem scared?
No, sir.
Did the captain?
No, sir.
Did anyone?
I was goddamn scared. Oh, I beg your pardon, sir.
But the captain did not act queer or crazy in any way at any time in the morning, correct?
The captain was always the same.
Crazy or sane, Urban?
Sane, so far as I know.
Urban, how old are you?
20.
What schooling have you had?
1 year of high school.
Have you been telling the whole truth here, or haven't you?
Sir, the captain isn't supposed to listen to arguments between the captain and the exec.
Did you like the captain?
Sure I did.
Continue your examination.
No further questions.
Urban, were you aboard the Caine? Were you aboard when the Caine cut her own tow cable the time she was towing targets out of Pearl Harbor?
Yes, sir.
And what were you doing at the time that happened?
That is, the captain was bawling me out on the bridge, sir.
What for?
My coattails were out.
Was the captain very strict on the subject of shirt tails?
Oh, he was a nut! Oh, very strict on the shirt tails, sir.
And while the captain was discussing your shirt tail, the ship went right around in a circle and steamed over its own tow line? Is that the way it happened?
Object to this line of questioning. Counsel has tricked the witness with leading questions into asserting as a fact that the Caine cut a tow line, a material point that was not touched upon in direct examination.
Please the court. The witness stated that he had never seen the captain do anything crazy. I'm attempting to refute this.
Defense counsel will have the opportunity to originate evidence later. Objection sustained. Cross-examination thus far will be stricken from the record.
Herman? What's a paranoid personality?
Huh?
What is a paranoid personality?
Sir.
Could you recognize a psychotic person?
Me?
No further questions.
Urban, you will not discuss your testimony in this courtroom with anybody. Understand?
Who, sir? Me, sir? No, sir.
Excused.
Oh, thank you, sir.
End of scene.
Just in time for the Academy Award.
Yeah, well, right.
Wait a minute, you mean it's finished?
No.
No, there's a.
Oh,
In this show, he does two roles, so we'll give a little section from the second role. All right?
He's gonna do music in between?
Little music? No, no music. We did the music.
Okay.
What page does it start?
It's all here.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, just here.
Page 40?
Do you say, swear me in, do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth,
Okay.
the whole truth, nothing but the truth? And I go,
What page you got, guys?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm lost. What page are you?
41?
41?
Just got
is
it
it?
mixed up there.
41.
Well, look
Okay.
at that. It's the
Got it.
same as the bottom.
Same.
third.
Yeah, yeah.
Each
Got it.
roll
Got it.
follows the same formula.
Here we go.
You did 20 of them.
You do solemnly swear that the evidence you shall give in this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name, rank, and present station.
William Randolph Southern, Captain U.S. Navy, Commander Destroyer Squadron 8.
You understand that you've been called as an expert witness on destroyer ship handling.
I do.
Well, state your qualification.
Some 20 years of destroyers, 10 years other types, from the World War I four-piper on up to the newest 2,200-tonner.
Now, sir, I'm going to describe a hypothetical ship handling problem for your expert opinion.
Very well.
You're in command of a destroyer in the Philippine Sea. A typhoon blows up without a warning, traveling west. You're directly in the path of it. The wind keeps increasing its direction, holding steady from the north. Soon, your wind is force 10 to 12, and your seas are mountainous. Now, under the circumstances, what would you do?
I believe I'd execute the classic Navy maneuver known as, getting the hell out of there.
How would you go about doing that, Captain?
Well, it's almost rule of thumb. You say the wind's from the north at 90 knots. Center of the typhoon's from the east. Best course out is south. You might have to hit a couple of points one way or other, depending on your seas. But still, the best course out is south.
But then you have a terribly strong stern wind.
What about it?
Can a destroyer ride safely going downwind in such conditions?
She'll ride just as well going downwind as going upwind. In fact, with a high freeboard going forward, destroyer tends to back right into the wind. All things being equal, she'll do slightly better going downwind.
Well, how about turning north in those circumstances, heading into the wind?
That'd be dubious and dangerous, not to say idiotic.
Why, Captain?
Unless you're interested in sinking, that's not smart.
That's all, sir.
Captain, have you ever conned a ship through the center of a typhoon?
Negative. Been on the fringes often, but always managed to avoid the center.
Have you ever commanded a destroyer minesweeper, sir?
Negative.
This case, sir, concerns a destroyer minesweeper at the center of a typhoon.
I've commanded the DMS and screens, and I've read the book on them. They don't differ from destroyers except in differences of topside weight characteristics.
I ask these questions, Captain, because you are the only expert witness on ship handling, and the extent of your expert knowledge should be clear to the court.
That's all right. I've handled the DMS in every conceivable situation for 10 years now. Haven't commanded a DMS in the center of a typhoon, no. I don't know who the hell has, except for the skipper of the Caine. It's 1,000-to-1 shot.
Page 44. And 44.
Ah, okay. That's a page in the way.
Seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Will you state, without reservation, that the rules of destroyer handling would hold for a DMS in the center of a typhoon?
Well, the center of a typhoon, there are no hard and fast rules. That's one situation where it's all up to the commanding officer. Too many things happen too fast.
You remember, sir, the hypothetical question of the judge advocate about the typhoon?
What about it?
Well, now, in that situation, I ask you to assume that the winds and the sea become worse than any you've ever seen, ever experienced. Your ship is wallowing broadside. You actually believe that your ship is foundering. You're in the last extremity. Would you bring your ship north into the wind or continue south, stern to wind?
I believe I'd bring my ship north into the wind. Mind you, it's the last extremity, though.
Yes. Well, you'd prefer not to answer that question, Captain?
That's right. I'd bring the ship north into the wind, but only in the last extremity.
So why, sir?
Because the ship, it could say it's the best purchase that way. Unless you're interested in sinking,
Yeah,
the
but
edge of the rudder. That's the best purchase.
But wouldn't coming north head you back into the path of the storm?
Listen, if you're on the verge of foundering, you're as bad off as you can get. Mind you, you did say the last extremity.
Thank you. No further questions.
Captain, who, in your opinion, is the best judge as to whether a ship is in its last extremity?
There's only one judge. The commanding officer.
Why, sir?
Because his knowledge of the ship and the seas is better than anyone else's on the ship. That's why the Navy's made him captain. It's very common for some subordinate to think the ship is sinking when all they're having is a little weather.
Well, don't you think, sir, that when his subordinates all agree that the ship is going down, the captain ought to at least listen to them?
Negative. Panic is a common hazard at seas. The highest function of command is to override it and listen to nothing but the voice of his own professional judgment.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
You will not discuss your testimony outside the courtroom, Captain.
Understood.
You're excused, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the date of the opening? Cuneen, Poughkeepsie?
You haven't gotten a flyer? There's
February 24th.
pass it around.
Little advertisement.
And Don is not only an actor, but as a Broadway producer, we wanted to brown him up by having him read so we can bring this to New York.
I still got another month to get that solid.
That's right.
I'm running short steady.
It's really interesting.
Wait, this we're trying to get the riches.
Then, that's right, then, yes. Then, we'll meet again. Yes.
Really great.
But that's not one of
I made the big step.
You did?
We have a daughter who's even taller.
Oh, you want me? I got it.
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes